Hey, Mudflap's back with another video. This time, Ulduar 25-man loot guide for Descent into Madness. That's General Vezax, Yogg Saron. Just kind of wrapping up the series. Sorry, it's a little bit late, but I wanted to talk about some of the pieces that are still probably worthwhile and contested and even going to last a while until you get the hard mode pieces, and as well as some of the hard mode pieces that some guilds are getting and some guilds are working towards at the moment. And you guys can probably really feel the gear upgrade advances and how much more damage the guilds are doing each week. It's crazy. So, that being said, let's jump into it. Mantle of Unknowing. This is going to be just a filler piece for those who don't have tier. Not much for this. The belts and boots, I'm going to mainly skip it because we have the crafted availability, and almost all of the crafted ones are better than anything from normal mode that can drop. Only hard mode stuff is going to be better, and you have complete control against RNG there, so no drama over these pieces ever in any guild. Grips of the Unbroken. Now, for Resto Druids, if you're not getting Vezax hard mode yet, or this just hasn't dropped yet, if you have your 4-piece, this is better than the tier gloves if you can get 4-piece in another slot, your chest, which you can buy. So until that happens, if you're really min-maxing the best possible things, the gloves for tier are statted poorly, these are statted well. That's a great option. This is not just a trash item. Dark Core leggings. Now, Enhance and Hunters want their pants. If you're getting very unlucky with prot tokens, these can sustain you for then, but even then, there's so much hit on these, it's not that great of a piece, but it could be a filler till tier. Boots, we talked about that. This is a tank piece, belt, boots. Now, Metallic Loop of the Sufferer. This is a great ring. Yes, there are lots of rings. There are lots of hard mode rings. There are even 10-man hard mode rings that are really, really strong, but they have to drop. And you could be waiting a long time. This is a great piece while you're waiting for that to happen. A really great piece, honestly, for Assassination, Enhance, and even Hunters. You're trying to drop hit in places oftentimes. This is a great piece for all of them. So any one of them that wants it, a solid piece. Ring of the Vacant Eye, I would go with Demo first for this, and especially if they need the hit to drop something else, to wear some other nice piece, and this can hold over for a while. Now after that, or if they don't need it, then you're talking about the people who need hit or will need hit. It's on them to be cognizant of future upgrades and what they're going to lose when they upgrade a piece, right? And the theme I've had in all my videos is hit items should never be thrown away. People, even if they don't need them at the moment, should consider the fact that if they get another upgrade somewhere else, they lose hit, they could need this item. So consider it as a very good item, even if it's not what you need in the moment. General's Heart, trash. Lotrafen. So this is a solid feral weapon. I would give it to them, and then after that, whoever wants. Scepter of Lost Souls. So every single wand user wants the Freya hit wand from 10-man. But it's going to be a hard thing for healers considering it's a hit wand. It would be a little grief for them to take it over a DPS. So this should be Prio to healers until later on in the phase when they go to the 10-mans, all the DPS already have the wand, if you're lucky, and then the healers can get their bis as well and go from there. For the gloves, Hand Wraps of the Vigilant. These are really good. They're demo bis, and then other than that, anyone who can use it. The Pharaoh's gloves for many guilds, most guilds are still not killing Algalon. It could be down the line. So these are actually pretty close. They're not that bad. They're really, really good. They're the second best gloves in the game. So, at the moment. So consider these to any caster after the demo lock, and it's going to be a solid upgrade. Vestments of the Blind Denizen, Resto Druid, then Boomkin if they want it. Then, unfortunately, you don't want this to drop again after that. Pendulum of Infinity, I would go Hunter, then Rogue, and then if Enhance wants it, or if they're trying to go for the Spell Power neck, see what's dropping for your guild. Flare of the Heavens, support Demo first. Again, when I'm saying Demo, and I'm giving Demo Prio on these things, I am assuming you have one in your raid. If you have a bunch of people playing Demo because they like that spec, that does not give them Prio on almost any of the stuff, because they're not helping anyone and they're playing a spec that is significantly worse than their other option. So support Demo first. After that, consider Boomkins, Fire Mages, and Aflox. Aflox have insane prio on lots of stuff. Consider these other guys as well. Voldrathar, what an interesting item. It's Fury Warrior, right? You gotta go Fury Warrior. And of all the sims I did for every spec, for every class, for every slot, there is no single bigger upgrade from a piece from this tier, from last tier, than this for a Fury Warrior. The single biggest upgrade of any item in the game. So, even though Fury Warriors aren't doing that much, so that makes it more impressive that it's that big of an upgrade for them. So it's a no-brainer, always Fury Warrior first. And for Yogg Saron, we have the Shawl of Haunted Memories. This is a strict upgrade from the KT Cloak. For Disc and Demo, I would go with them first, and then anyone else that wants it. Same thing for Cowl. Now, this is going to be an off piece. They would not use tier, and this Demo would never use tier. And Disc, depending on what their setup is, waiting for whatever hard modes, this is generally your off piece item. So either one of them for this item is a great piece as well. Now, however, for leatherwares, you can buy your helm. You would never go for this. Same for the mailwares. You can buy your chest. You would never go for this. But for the healer mail or plate wares here, we're talking Resto Shaman, Ellie Shaman, Holy Paladin. This is either your BIS off-piece slot, or it could be realistically. And you can upgrade from this to a better item from XT either 10 or 25 men, depending on which of the armor classes you are. And this is actually statted really well. So this is a good piece for those three, not a throwaway item. Godbane Signet. If you need expertise, it's an excellent ring. If you don't, it is F tier. So, depends on what you need. Sanity's Bond. For any of the healers who got skipped over or unlucky in the last phase, this is a great item to fill in the slots, because rings were sometimes few and far between, or the best rings, right? Blood of the Old God. Any of the Fizz DPS that need the hit rating, it's going to be a rare thing. And then after that, no meme, your tank. Awesome. A lot of times the BIS tank setups are missing hit. This gives them a ton, helpful for threat. Consider them highly. Soul Scribe. Essentially the best pre-hard mode weapon. This is another one just like that ring, Sanity's Bond, with did any of your casters get unlucky in the last phase? This is a great item to give to them. Consider who you're going to be giving staves and one-handers to when and if you're doing hard modes as you go forward as well. Earthshaper, it's a pretty good Ret Paladin mace, especially if you get the mace expertise as one of the alliance races, and go from there. For tier, I talked about it in a different video. Check those out. Treads of the False Oracle, Mage. You should go to Mage, and then after that, probably Boomkin. You want to give Boomkins love as well. I know that's a theme in some of my last videos. I really like them. I'm a believer in that spec. So Laggards of Cunning Deception, Feral Druid, Combat Rogue, right? Obviously, and then Assassination Rogue and Fury Warrior and whatnot. Now, the leather wearers, they have leather to choose from. Some of the others have lots of different armor types and lots of chances at upgrades, even if it's not their mega bis. So always consider that when you're being efficient with loot. Seal of the Betrayed King, Ret Paladin, Unholy DK, and then after that, the others that want it. Show of Faith is bis for all healers except Holy Paladin. So this is another one like Sanity's Bond, the ring, that whichever healers didn't get love in the trinket slot in the last phase, we can even the playing field for them. So always something to consider, always variables to consider when doing loot moving forward. Dark Edge of Depravity, and this is Blood Decay bis. After that, you can give to whoever. It's actually, always consider some of your 10-man groups here. If you have DPS DKs that play considerable roles as Blood DKs, this could be a great option for them as well, if no one else needs it for some sort of main spec. And with that, that's the end of this series for loot. I'm sorry it took a little bit longer than I wanted, but there will be more content coming soon. Please like and subscribe, help me so I can dedicate more time to it and get you guys some good info. And for that, I shall see you on the next one.